Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Collective Dismal here. It's currently 4 a.m. I'm sitting here with a coffee. Got off work a couple hours ago, and I figured I'd come on and drop another banger for you all. And the title of this video is going to be Late Stage Blackpilled and the Opinions of Women. And I'm going to be talking about an altercation that I had tonight at work with a group of women. And the valuable insights that there are to be drawn from this. So, before I even get into that, I just want to remark about how valuable it is to be working in a job, waging a cage, and dealing with the public, because as annoying as it can be, man, it's just this endless, inexhaustible well from which to draw new insights, make new content. I'm really going to miss it. I'm really going to miss it when I have to give all of this up. So something happened to me tonight that was just remarkable. It was emblematic of different types of attitudes of different sexes and different peoples. When they get together, how they behave, how they misbehave. So, to make a very long story short, let's see if we can aim for a bit of a shorter run time on this one. But I'm at my desk tonight. I'm doing my thing. Everything's going smooth. I'm kind of busy, but not busy. I'm just kind of on the move, making sure the trains are running on time, everything like this. And a gentleman approached me at my desk, and he said, hey man, sorry to bother you, but we got our ball stuck up on a steel beam. And we were just wondering if you had any tools to get it down for us, when you're not busy, when you're free, no rush. Super polite. Like he really couldn't have been any more polite if he had tried. And I says, okay, yeah, no problem. I'm going to go and get this big stick that I have. It's got a big hook on it. It's like I guess it's like one of those rods, I guess from a swimming pool or something that you'd kind of skim the pool with, but it has this jerry-rigged like hook on the end of it, and it's good for pulling balls down from high on stuck places. So I go, yeah, let me just go dig that out, and we'll rendezvous over there. You show me where it is, and we'll get your ball back to you. No problem, buddy. And so I go do that, and it was just fascinating to me. A bunch of people were there. They were being extremely well-mannered. They were being very nice, patient. Even that I brought the tool out, and the guy said, here, buddy, let me do it. Like, just give me the thing, and I'll get it down myself, no problem. And so everybody was sort of helping out there, because the guy was having a hard time seeing, like, from his vantage point on the ground. And so people were standing back where they had a better view, and they were like, to the left a little bit. Oh, do it like that. It's kind of almost fun, right? Getting it down. Everybody had a good time. We got it down. And, people were thanking me. Thanks, man. Thanks. Like as they were leaving, because this was like just as they were leaving the facilities. So they were all on their way through the hallway, through the door. They're like, thanks for doing that, man. They're giving me fist bumps. Just very nice people. They were men. And like the coincidence, the coincidental odds of what I'm going to tell you, it seems like almost, it seems almost like hard to believe, but I get back to my desk and there's a bunch of people there that weren't there before when I left. I was only gone for a matter of, 3 or 4 minutes. My coworker is sitting at the desk. He's doing his thing on the computer, he's like filling out his timesheets or whatever. And there's a group of girls who I guess would be best described as like low tier Beckies and high tier normies. About, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. I didn't really count, but the complete contrast in the way that they spoke to me, as opposed to how this guy spoke to me. She goes, our ball is stuck up on the balcony. That's it, right? That's all she says. She just announced it. You know, it wasn't like, hey, can you help us? Anything like that. It's just, my ball is stuck. And I said, oh, is it on, such and such a balcony? She says, yeah. And I said, well, unfortunately, I don't have the key to get out onto that balcony. And she said, you don't have the key? You can't get out there? And I says, no, because my boss doesn't give us that key because his wife's office is on the opposing side of that door that leads out to the balcony. He doesn't want anybody going in there. And so she snidely remarks to me, she says, what, are you scared of his wife? And I says, no, but he probably is, right? Because my boss, he's a cock, right? And I hope he hears this, because this guy is a scumbag, scum of the earth type, right? But I'll save that for the moment. So, I go, let me just take your number down, and as soon as I'm able to get the ball, I'll give you a call, and you can come back by and retrieve it at a time that's convenient for you. And this girl, she's trying to, when girls get together, white girls to be more exact, they get together and they act like men. They act like locker room bros. And she kind of yells over to the girl whose ball it is, who was like not really paying attention. For some reason, someone else was like trying to get it back on her behalf. And she goes, hey, whatever, let's call her like Susan, right? Let's just for the sake. Hey, Susan, this guy wants your number. Like, she's trying to put me on the spot and like almost make fun of me, kind of single me out. And then the girl on the phone's like, what? She's like, this guy, he's asking for your number. Like, she was being funny, but it was very mean-spirited. And the girl whose ball it was, who was on the phone, who didn't really like understand the context of why I said I needed the number, she looked with this scowl on her face. She kind of looked at me and then looked at her friend, and she had this disgusted look on her face. And she goes, why? Right? Like, she was just appalled at the thought of me like asking for her number or anything like that. And I said to the girl who was like trying to do this, I said, please don't, right? Just please don't, in a really annoyed tone. And then so one girl comes up and she goes, you really should be given the key to that room for situations like this. And I go, yeah, you're completely right. I agree. I absolutely should, but I don't. So, and then the girl whose ball it was, she goes, I'm not leaving here without it. And I said, well, that might be a problem because I have no means to retrieve that ball for you at the moment. And then one girl goes, because there's two balconies that are like spaced apart, and I do have access to the one. And she goes, can't you just go up on the other balcony and jump across? And I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get up there and jump across the balcony like Jackie Chan to get your ball. Like, you can leave your number and you'll get it back when you get it back. So she goes, the same girl comes back over and she says to me the same thing she said the first time. She goes, you really should have a key that's for situations like this. What are you going to do next time when blah, blah, blah? And I says to her, I go, listen, I agree with you. There is nothing I would like more than to have that key so I could go up and get your ball and give you what you want so you could go away. I told her that right to her face. And all these girls started chimping like, oh, whoa. The one girl's like, I heard one of them said from the back, well, fuck you too. One girl in particular amongst the bunch was like really getting the most aggressive. She was like, yeah, you want us to go away, then get us our fucking shit. Like acting like a gang of blacks, honestly. Like they were acting like a fucking gang. This girl was like, that's how you feel, huh? That's how you feel, huh? And I literally just turned my back to them and started talking to someone else who had been like standing there waiting at my desk the whole time, like a normal person. And I just turned to him and was like, hey man, like, what can I do for you? And I just ignored this crowd of girls. And thankfully for them, my coworker was there and he kind of, he was a lot more cool headed than me. And he sort of just took over and he like got the girl's phone number and she wrote on it. She wrote like her name, Michaela, and her phone number. And then in big, bold letters, it said, return the ball ASAP on it, on this sheet of paper. And so they showed themselves out, and of course, I fucking ripped up the paper after everybody left. I ripped it up and threw it in the garbage. But the insight I want to draw from this video, the takeaway from this, if nothing else, is that if you don't stand to benefit, it's like Briffeld's law, but applied to women, right? It's like applied in the reverse direction. If I don't stand to gain anything from interacting with you, yeah, sure, I'll be nice so long as you're nice. Like if you're a polite person, then I'll just blindly reciprocate with politeness. Like there's no reason not to. But if you are in any way hassling me, disrespecting me, getting out of line with me, I will fucking pick up that shit sandwich and I will smash it in your face like a clown with a birthday cake. And I'm sure this was like a totally novel situation for these women, 100%. Like they were all attractive because they were all like involved with sports. But like I told her, you have essentially three options here. One, you can leave me your number and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Two, I can give you my boss's number and you can call him anytime and disturb him at home. I would welcome you to do that. I would enjoy it if you did that. Because he's created this situation by being a fucking cuck. Or number three, you can go and try to get it by any means that you feel you wish to pursue, but I can't facilitate it. Like if you want to scale a wall or kick a door down, that's fine. Like you can, but I can't help with that, right? That's literally your three options. There's no other possible way we can play this out, right? And that wasn't good enough for them. It just wasn't. They needed me to have the key that I didn't have. And I told her, basically in not so many words, like, kick off, you're annoying. Go away. I'm just a loser at a desk making minimum wage, and as far as I'm concerned, this conversation is over. Simple as. And yeah, they started chimping out, fuck you too, bro, shit like that, calling me bro, whatever, right? And so I turned my back on them. And now I've been known to jester for women quite often. I've been known to simp for women. I've been known to behave in a kind of gynophilic manner with women. I've been known to jester. But I'm a strict situationalist when it comes to this. Like I was gesturing for this Filipina girl that was really into this K-pop boy band, BTS, right? And I was getting like real into it. I was getting real involved with this kind of gesturing. I was like, "Oh, who's your favorite member? Oh my God, are you going to go see them at the concert? Oh, what if you get VIP? Oh my God, I wish I could go." Oh, I was saying shit like that, like really cringy stuff. Because I have like a prerogative in doing so. These women couldn't possibly ever add any value to my life. I couldn't possibly extract any kind of worth out of these women in any situation, regardless of how I played it, regardless of how I behaved. And so I have absolutely no regard for their opinions whatsoever. Their opinion means dirt. It means less than the shit on my shoe. And I'm sure they probably thought their last line of defense might be that I care about my job. Guess again with that too, because that's also not the case. They wouldn't know this, but I'm kind of running out the clock at this place. I have 2 more shifts left and then I'm the fuck out of here. But even if I had no plans of leaving this job, I still don't value it enough. Even if I had nothing lined up. I am so late stage blackpilled, that even with all of the responsibility on my plate, a family, whatever, right? Gonna have to fend for myself soon when my boomer parents fucking hit the road jack and don't come back and all of this. I still don't care. I'd still throw it all away if it came down to it, because I just don't value the opinions of these entitled subhumans. I can't honeymoon vampire them. I can't have a in-depth conversation with them about anything insightful or worth talking about. I don't stand to learn anything from our interaction. I don't stand to profit anything from our interaction. And in the past, they probably could have gotten away with it because even if you didn't directly care about them, they could destroy your reputation. They could talk shit about you, destroy your reputation at work, and then that would in turn come to affect things that you did care about. But they don't even have that card to play now, because the economy is just like a disposable, a wheel full of interchangeable cogs, like Snowpiercer or whatever. I'm just the kid in the caboose with his fucking arm in the gear. And this applies across the board. It doesn't just apply to women. It doesn't just apply to voids or whatever. This applies to just interacting with anybody in general, whether it's some boomer at the gas station that you refuse to hold the door for because they're fat, or whether it's take your pick, right? Whether it's the boss at your newest wage cage. If you're in a situation where it's profitable to simp and jester and bend the knee and be a good little goy, then do it. Absolutely fucking do it. But if you're not, just ghost them. Just stand right there in front of them and turn your back to them. Let them know. This conversation's done. You're a subhuman. You are a subhuman. The conversation is finito. And then turn your fucking back to them. And if they escalate, fucking cave their head in. Like, I'm fucking done with trying to placate to, like, people's drama. I'll only fucking entertain you if I'm in some compromised position with respect to you. If we're just in this, like, neutral, you bumped my car with your shopping buggy in the Walmart parking lot, I'll just tell you, you're a dumb cunt. Fucking kick off. It's that simple. I'm going to go back on my phone and you're going to go away, or you're going to stand there like a fool while I fucking ghost you. This is like the boomer's kryptonite. The ultimate boomer kryptonite is people not just doing things for, like, intrinsic reasons. Like, what I'm suggesting to you all in this video is that everything you do should be based on extrinsic considerations. Nothing intrinsic. There's no intrinsic value in, like, helping a shit for brain fucking idiot that's being disrespectful and annoying. There's no such thing as the right thing to do in general. There's no such thing as that. It's simply the right thing to do given your predicament in situation S. People need to realize, they need to be made to realize, rather, that disenchanted excess males, late stage black pillars in their 30s, are not entertaining you anymore unless there's some direct consequential reason for doing so. I used to always be the bigger person. I was a really nice guy, even when people would treat me like a piece of shit for no reason. I would just kind of be the bigger person and not go down that road, but you got to get with the times. And the times dictate that every situation is just your behavior, rather, in any given situation is reducible to a consideration of what you tangibly stand to gain from acting civil toward another person, even if they're your own family members. This goes all the way down. It extends all the way to your immediate family members. I'll apply the same thing, to the people I cohabitate with. And it's getting to the point where they don't have any levers to pull. Like, even the blackmail network has been completely collapsed because it's overdone, right? Like, if if everybody's blackmailed, nobody's blackmailed. So these guys are just coming right out with it and being like, yeah, I did do that shit. I did dress up in blackface. I did, grape somebody in college. But if you're going to prosecute everybody who did that, you're going to jam up the court system, and society will fucking implode as we know it. So, like, the oversaturation of subhuman scumbags in society almost has like a neutralizing effect at this point. Like, I sort of just doubled down with these women on the whole chud thing. I was like, yeah, I am just like a loser at a desk. I said that. I remarked that. So, like, I pretty much don't care. In not so many words, I more or less said that. I pretty much don't care because I'm just like a loser sitting here making next to minimum wage. This is like, I think, I've reached the final form of the black-pilled man. If you can't, if you're not gonna fuck me, and you can't have a 20-minute conversation with me about the Johnny Gosh case, you don't exist. I'm sorry. You don't fucking exist. And I'll be nice to you, but I will just be exactly as nice as you are to me. I'll meet you exactly where you're at. And if I don't like the way you're talking to me, I'm going to tell you to get the fuck out of my face right the fuck now. I don't care if I'm at work. I don't care who's standing around. I don't care what the bystanders think of me or whatever. I'll just walk out of this place and I'll walk into a new wage cage and I'll just tabula rasa like a blank slate. And I'll just do the whole thing over again. I'll just start anew, and then after 6 months, I'll be like sick of the people around me, and I'll be telling them to fuck off. And we'll just play this out until I'm like 52 years old and I die of old age. I don't give a fuck, man. Like, I don't give a fuck about nothing anymore. And that doesn't mean I walk around like looking to start shit. Quite the contrary. I'm extremely conflict avoidant, which paradoxically makes people more inclined to start a conflict with me because they think I'm like somebody they can get over on easily because I'm so meek-mannered and so kind of soft-spoken and just sort of smile at everybody when they walk by. But then you say the wrong thing, and I'm telling you that you're a fucking rat licker who should fucking jump off a bridge and do a flip. And it's, people are going to be in for a big surprise because I'm not unique in this. Like, I'm not some special snowflake when it comes to this thing. When you reduce a man's life to just this lonely, poor, materially scarce, and humiliating existence, only then, only then will they tell you, like, they'll start opening up about how they really think, and they'll do it to your face. If they're old enough and they've been through it enough times, they'll just start saying it to your face. And a lot of people, a lot of Foids, and a lot of old fucking boomers are going to be in for a really rude awakening when, they go into the gas station and they start hassling some guy about a scratch ticket, and he tells them, get the fuck out. Piss off. I ain't got no fucking candy for your ass, boomer. So, take from this what you will, sirs. Dismal days indeed.